Wow. Yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Listen, I'm not going to be before you long. I'm not. The reason being, I heard a story, and it was told by the legendary minister, Billy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was at a meeting, and this gentleman was speaking, and he spoke for 15 minutes. Then he spoke for 30 minutes. And then 60 minutes. 90 minutes. When he was into his second hour,
Everybody was gone.
a gentleman in the front row got so angry, he grabbed a gavel and he threw it at the speaker.
Oh my goodness.
And the speaker ducked, but the gavel hit this woman that was sitting on the platform behind him. And she was knocked on the ground. And the speaker went over to her to see if she was okay. And the woman was kind of dazed, and she said, "Hit me again. I can still hear him." I'm not going to be before you long. I just want to thank my brother Ed for inviting me out to spend time with you guys. I'm just so honored to know Ed. He's a friend and a brother. And they said a friend is someone that is the family that you choose. And they say, that a brother is born for adversity. That means the brother will help you grow. And the way I like to say it is iron sharpens iron. And so I appreciate my brother Ed. He is a team builder, and he bridges the gap between thought and accomplishment. So if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you call Ed. Well, who am I? Okay, we give him a hand.
Okay.
Now, I brought a little, I said I was going to give this out to somebody who just came out and just out of the blue, and that I just was surprised to see. And actually, I'm surprised to see you all. First time I'm seeing you guys. But I just want to just give this is our shirt that we have. Matches the book somewhere. Oh, there it is. Guard Your Gates. But I want to give it to my brother Nicholas for coming out. And
Right, Nicholas. Nicholas. All right.
Nicholas is one of our leaders in our fraternity, International Christian Brotherhood. He's a great man. He's also a CPA, which is awesome. I usually don't use cards, but I'm kind of nervous coming after Ed. It's pretty funny. I didn't know you were that funny, Ed. But who am I? My name is Rod Patterson, and I'm the great grandson of Henry and Mary Brown, the great grandson of Algernon and Rosa Brown, the grandson of Cleveland Plateau and Hattie Battles, and I'm the last son of Vera and Jerry Patterson. Now, I was born and raised in the Bronx, the home of hip hop, so yes, I can drop 16 bars, and I love the Yankees. I am married to the most amazing and beautiful woman in the whole world. And she's here to support me, Katrina Patterson, with the back. And it's my vision to know God and to live my life in appreciation of His grace. As I model leadership and manhood in Christ, as I pursue my success and my vision. I'm an irresistible husband to my wife, a great father to my children.
All right.
And so you teach little by what you say. And you teach more by what you do. But you teach best by who you are. And I know who I am. And it is a terrible thing to be misidentified. But it's even worse to not know who you are. But the ultimate insult, as we learned tonight, is to have your identity stolen.
Mm-hmm.
So, who are you? And that's one thing I had to struggle with, who I was. I know who I am now, but I didn't know way back then. Let me ask you, are your gates guarded? Do you know what your gates are? What is the purpose of a gate anyway? How many of you guys drove here? Everybody, right? Yeah. How many of you left your door open before you got here?
Mm-mm.
Because a gate is designed to protect what is valuable.
It's not.
Guard your gates. Now, people of a certain age might remember this scenario. Ready? Charlie Brown. I've got a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hold the ball. You come running and kick it.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlie Brown would come running. And he tries to kick the ball. And what happened? Lucy moves the ball.
And
At
he
the
flips.
last minute, and he lands flat on his back. Let me tell you, I can relate to Charlie Brown. Because I remember a time when I was like Charlie Brown. I was pursuing something. I was pursuing a goal. And I missed it. And I land flat on my back, looking up at the sky, wondering what happened. Guard your gates. Yes, that's good. That's good. It's like, oh, that's good. Yeah. That's good. That's good. You know, perseverance will always outlast persecution. I need a chair. Can you give me that chair? Thank you. So remember, I was like Charlie Brown. And I remember a time, and actually I'll sit over here. I remember a time when I was sitting, and for those of you who can't see me, I'm sorry, I was sitting, and maybe you've been here, but I was facing my HR manager, and it wasn't a good scenario. Because like Charlie Brown, I failed. And I was facing my HR manager waiting to be fired. Now, let me take a step back. 10 years prior to that moment, I took this job, and Nicholas, let me tell you, I knew once I got this job, I was going to retire at this company. It was an awesome company. And I got promotions, I got accolades, my salary went up, I got bonuses, it was amazing. Then all of a sudden, two things happened. Number one, I got a new manager. Number two, I had a crisis. My mother was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, sorry. I hear that.
And at a certain point, I had to be involved with her treatment.
Yes.
And let me tell you, it was tough. It was hard. Because here I am, I'm married, I have 2 little children. I live here on Long Island. I work in Westchester.
Jesus.
My mother lives in the Bronx.
Oh.
So I would have to leave my house early, pick up mom, take her for treatment, take her back home, head to Westchester, come back, check on mom, head home to my family who was waiting for me. And that was a daily thing. So my productivity began to slip. And what was interesting is I didn't notice. I thought I was doing okay. But other people can see that things were falling off.
Right.
And so there I was, sitting in front of my HR manager, trying to fight for my job.
Right.
Thinking about, wow, how did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
And the most amazing thing happened. HR manager said, listen, Rod, we understand that you're in a crisis right now. We got it. What we're going to do is we're going to give you a week off, a paid week off. Get your perspective, get your balance back. And I tell you, I was so touched. I cried like a baby right in front of me. Couldn't believe it. A little time after that, mom passed away. A little time after that, I was back in the seat, sitting in front of HR. Now, the first time I sat there, there was a blue envelope on the desk. This time I'm sitting there, there's a red envelope on the desk.
Right.
I had to make a decision. Am I going to fight for this job? I'm worn out. I'm beat up. I took a buyout. They wore me out. I left the company. Like Charlie Brown, I failed. But like I said before, perseverance will always outlast persecution.
That's right.
And so I'm home now. I'm home. My wife's home. And I have time for the very first time in years, since I was 14 years old. I've always worked. Now I have no responsibility. And I began to think, what happened? How did I get here? And revelation. I did not guard my gates. Because gates are designed to protect what's valuable. Gates are designed to keep what you value safe. So what kind of gates are there? Okay? A health gate, right? Your financial gate, your phone gate. I mean, you guys get email? Your email gate. All of my gates were overrun. They all were overrun. Messages unreturned, emails piled up, missing appointments, missing deadlines. They were all. So what did I need to do? I needed to do 3 things, and those 3 things I'm going to share with you. And those 3 things took me from failing to perform, or I should say, struggling to perform, to performing in the struggle. Thing 1 that you need to do, you need to organize. Organize. Second thing you need to do, you need to defend. Third thing you need to do, you need to guard. So let me take you back to Ed's Clubs days. So you know Ed threw parties. And so everybody likes a party. You go into a party, you're going to jam, you're going to throw the music on, you're going to have a great time. Who knows? There may be drinks there, there may be girls there, there may be guys there. Hey, it's not Vegas, but whatever, I'm just saying, right? So, but when you go to these parties, it's Ed's responsibility to make sure that it is organized, right?
Yes.
That the environment is right. It's Ed's responsibility to make sure that people are defended, that you respond to things that are threatening the party, okay? It's Ed's responsibility to guard, and that's important. That means you have to be mindful if there are minors in the party, some 13-year-olds who put on makeup and try to look like they're 20-year-olds in this environment that can create major problems for Ed, and then you certainly will be calling Legal Shield.
Right.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
You need to do 3 things: organize, defend, and guard. One of my favorite examples is email. What if the client that you really knew would take your business over the top, the client you really knew that, wow, if I can just connect with this client, they know a gazillion people, I'm definitely going to make it. And that person sent you an email and they said, Amber, call me tomorrow. Important. Amber read that email 3 weeks later.
Oh.
No, Lord.
Mhm.
Can you feel the pain?
Yes.
But Nicholas read that. He sent the same email. Hey, Nicholas, I can't reach Amber. Send me your information. I really want to get in now.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas read the email 3 days later.
Oh, no. Lord.
Nicholas got the client. Nicholas got the client. Organize, defend, guard. So organizing your email means you know what's in there. You read it. You sort it out. You know what's going on in here. Defending is responding to that email. Call me now. Email me now. Now, Ed talked a little bit about social media. Now, everybody loves to read those emails from Messenger that says, hey, you got to share this. You get those notifications? Hey,
Mhm.
check out this video. All of that stuff is in your inbox, right? And it is cluttering and clouding that Amber, call me now email. And you can't see it because all of this other stuff. You need to guard your inbox. And what you need to do sometimes is to unsubscribe. You need to take off your notifications. You need to not give certain people your email address, your cell phone number. And I'm just saying, sometimes those people are family members.
Yes.
You know, the former CEO of Coca-Cola told a story. He said, think of life as a game. And you're juggling. You're juggling balls, right? And some of these balls are made of glass and some of them are made of rubber. Now, the glass balls, if you drop that glass ball, it's going to break, it's going to mar, there's going to be damage. If you drop the rubber ball, what's going to happen? It's going to bounce. The problem when your gates are not guarded, you don't know a glass ball from a rubber ball. They're all falling. And when they hit the ground, it's going to impact you. And that's where I was. Right? I had all kinds of balls just in the air, like boing. It was a mess because I was not guarding my gates. So, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Organize.
What's the second thing you're going to do?
Defend.
What's the last thing you're going to do?
Guard.
You're going to organize, you're going to defend, you're going to guard.
Right.
And I promise I wouldn't be long, and I'm not going to be long. But I have to share a poem with you, and I'm going to end with the poem, right? Because sometimes you need to change. You ever see someone like, you need to change. You need to change. You need to change.
Right.
You need to change. I needed to change. I could not do what I've been doing and get different results. I could not do it. I've been doing it for that long. These same results are happening. I need to what?
Change.
But here's the thing. That change isn't change
Unless you change.
unless you change.
That's right.
That's right. Change isn't change unless you change. Now people talk change, right? Some people just have change because they haven't changed. Right?
Right.
But change isn't change until you change.
That's right.
And here's a poem about change. It is an amazing poem because it's simple, but it takes you through 5 chapters of change. 5 chapters of change. Here's chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost.
Right.
I'm hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes me forever to find a way out. That's chapter 1. It's chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe it. I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes me a long time.
To get out.
That was chapter 2. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street.
In the same way.
There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there.
Go down.
I still fall in. It's a habit. But my eyes are open. I know where I am. It's my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it.
Walk around.
Chapter 5. And I hope you get this. Chapter 5. I walk down a different street. My pastor likes to say, when change is necessary,
Right, you'll make it.
not to change is destructive.
Mm.
And when it comes to guarding your gate, let's face it, we fail at times. But as General, what's his name? Always says, thank you, that was his name too. Yeah. That success is not based on how high you climb.
Right.
It's based on how high you bounce after you hit the ground.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.